Collisions involving King County Metro buses can come with a high cost, not just in injuries or lives lost, but also in the tens of millions of dollars that they cost taxpayers.
New at 6, KOMO's Cale Thompson goes in depth to see if the number of payouts is a sign of a larger problem within the agency.
January 2014, a pedestrian critically hurt by a bus in Burien. February 2015, a bus hits a motorcyclist in the U District, causing serious injuries. December 2015, an elderly woman dragged and killed by a bus in Northgate. These cases are among the 39 claims settled against King County Metro since 2012, involving passenger, pedestrian, and driver injuries or death. A total of $38 million paid out.
We are working strenuously as an agency to eliminate all accidents.
KOMO News wanted to know if the large number of claims and payments are a sign of safety issues within Metro. Grantley Martelli joined the agency in October as the Managing Director of Safety and Security.
Metro has a good safety culture, but every culture can improve.
Through public records request, we obtained a safety systems review completed last fall to help Metro create a new safety plan. Among the findings, an agency described as more reactive than proactive, a lack of a system to track emerging safety hazards, a lack of integration between areas of Metro, including safety and service planning. A survey of drivers found many believing their concerns aren't properly being addressed or rising through the chain of command.
This is one of our areas of improvement. If we know that a driver has a concern, we will address it.
One concern noted during our research is the Orion model bus, the model involved in a fatal collision at the Northgate Transit Facility in 2015. There are currently 199 operating in King County. Transit experts around the country have raised questions about a large window pillar, or the A-pillar, which can create a potential blind spot, particularly when a bus turns left at a crosswalk. King County allowed us on board one of the Orion models and a new Flyer model. You can see the difference in the size of the window pillar. The driver behind the wheel in Northgate says he didn't see 94-year-old Jacqueline Morrison in a marked crosswalk when he turned left, hit, and killed her.
All bus models have somewhat of a blind spot, but the Orion model has a much larger blind spot.
Attorney Chris Davis represented Morrison's family in their claim against Metro.
Because there's been a lot of money invested in those models, I think we're talking about the county not wanting to do something that might force them to remove those models from our streets.
When questioned during deposition, the Northgate driver says he believed this feature was unsafe even before the collision, that other operators had reported it as unsafe, and when asked if he believed there was any other reason for the collision, he responded, no other reason.
Every vehicle has an air pillar, and every air pillar in every vehicle presents challenges. We train our operators to operate the vehicle safely, to make sure that they know where they're going, they can see where they're going, whether they have to move in the seat, whether they have to reposition their body, whether they have to slow down, to make square turns.
The Amalgamated Transit Union, which represents 190,000 workers in North America, has repeatedly called on transit agencies to address the larger window pillars and the blind spot, which they say are more common in newer bus models. ATU claims 60% of pedestrian fatalities from 2001 to 2011 were caused by turning buses.
So an operator who says that they are driving a bus that they don't feel is as safe as other models, that's because they don't have the right training, or they're not trained enough, or they're not using the training?
I cannot comment specifically to why an operator may feel or they may say something at that moment.
Of the 39 claims against King County Metro we researched for this story, more than half involved turning buses, although not all involved Orion models. We also looked at similar transit agencies to see how many are seeing large settlements involving collisions or onboard injuries. Between 2012 and 2017, TriMet in Oregon recorded 4 settlements over $100,000. San Francisco matched Metro with 39, despite recording 100 million more boardings a year than Metro. And yet taxpayers in King County paid $4 million more than San Francisco for the same number of claims.
This area is unique. Some of the roads are small, There's lots of turns. There's many, many pedestrians on the street. All hours of the day and the night, you know, there we have steep hills, we have rain, and the rain can turn to sleet, and it can turn to snow, and then the sun can come back out.
Martelli says Metro is working on multiple fronts to improve safety, including changes to how operators are trained or retrained, how safety information is distributed to operators, and even a near-miss reporting system to track potential problems. So far, they've recorded 0 pedestrian incidents in both February and April of this year. And while the county has no plans to remove the Orion models from service, they did modify the mirrors in 2013 to lessen the driver's blind spot. They also say conversations are ongoing with manufacturers at the national level about improving engineering on the A-pillar. Kel Thompson, KOMO News.
We tried contacting Orion but discovered the company shut down 4 years ago. Its assets were sold to other companies.